Have I told you that I love you, Mel? You are the absolute best. Mel's part of Becoming Wildly Authentic, right? My coaching program. And let's just say I might have previous of forgetting to press record because you get all the recordings as well in your member site. So sometimes I remember, only once or twice has that happened in 6 months. But it's great when I've got someone like Mel to remind me. Oh, can you please remind everybody? Sorry, I'm reading the message. Can I please remind you to click all panelists and attendees, and that way everyone can see what you're saying. Yeah, I think people are beginning to feel more optimistic about getting together in real life as well, right? But you know, I think this can be just as good. Although I can't wait to see you all in a room. I'm not going to lie about that. Okay, so lots and lots to get going. So I'm going to crack on and hit the ground running. Here we are, day 3. And what an amazing journey it's been so far, right? So on day 1, we were focusing on looking back, but with a real focus on looking back to celebrate, looking back to draw strength, looking back to give us strong foundations that we can build on. Yesterday, we took a walk into our future. We did some visioning, and it was emotional, and it was magical for some of us. For some of us, it felt difficult. It felt quite scary. For some of us, we've maybe never done anything like that before. For others, it felt powerful. There was real clarity. And the sense I got was that some of you got some comfort as well and some confidence from that. Hey, Sarah! I've just seen Sarah's joined us. Hey, Stephanie! I'm just going to do a quick hit. I've said hi to Natalie. Wonderful, wonderful. Hey, Gail! Excellent. Okay. So today is all about, if that's where we were or where we are now as we wrap up 2021, and that's where we want to go, we're getting that stronger sense of the vision that's calling to us. Today is, how do we build a bridge? How do we build a bridge to get you to that future? What does that look like? And so I want to be as practical as possible and helping you to give you tools, to give you strategies, to give you tactics that are going to help you to do exactly that. The thing about change is it's messy. Does that feel fair to say that? It can be messy, it can be chaotic, it can be emotional. And so what really helps with that? Oh yeah. Hey Joe. Hey Jessie. What really helps with that messiness, with that chaos, with that emotional roller coaster that change often provides us with is structure, strategy, process. You know that I am a big fan of those things. I've been talking about them this week, and if you've worked with me, then you will definitely know that that is something that I love to bring to the experience, because it does, you know, strategy gives you safety, it gives you something to follow, process gives you steps to follow, right? Process allows you to do that as well. Frameworks take away the fear that often comes from that guesswork of not knowing where to start. And I think that's often where we really get tripped up, right? It's like, oh my God, where do I go? Like, how do I even begin? It can feel so big and overwhelming and messy that you never ever start. You never get off the the start line, because it's like, the way I describe it was, have you ever walked into a room and it's like, you walk into a room and it's like, literally a clothes bomb has gone off. I've got a 2-year-old. I walk into rooms like this often, and you just walk in and you just think, oh, you have to like close the door and walk back out again, because you think, where am I going to start? I don't know where to start. And so today, I want to give you a framework that is really going to help you to never feel like that again, or certainly never feel as bad as that can feel sometimes. Don't have to feel like you have to struggle along on your own. So true, Jan. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Carrie, I've just seen you've joined us. If I've missed anyone, I'm sure I'll find you at some point. Say hi to me and then I definitely won't miss you, okay? Meredith says, do you have a hidden camera? Oh, hey, Georgie. It's a dress, actually. It's a dress. Yeah, thanks. I thought I'd make an effort tonight. I've made an effort all week, if I'm being honest. So, procrastination. I'm in a bit of a blether mood tonight. Can you tell? I'm a bit of a chatterbox and we've got a lot to cover. But we're on track, so we're all good. Have you got your workbook? Day 3. I don't know if you're ready to do this, Jess or Jules, but if one of you could pop that link in, just in case anyone needs it, that would be wonderful. You're making beds while you're listening, Gail. Hey, Tracy. Thank you, Jess. You're a star. Okay, so what stops us? The how stops us, but it's not just the how, is it? Because the how is also about doubt. We doubt ourselves. We doubt our abilities. We doubt our capabilities. We doubt our ability to do something well. Fear. We fear getting it wrong. We fear failure. So we hold back and we don't attempt rather than attempt and get it wrong. Yeah, we put a lot of weight on failure. Our lack of confidence, our self-worth. These are all of the things that ultimately lead to procrastination. Fear, absolutely, Meredith. Is it fair for me to say that, ladies? That those are the things which, I mean, that's really what you're procrastinating about. Sometimes something might feel too difficult. Maybe you've got too much on your plate and you're so overwhelmed, like that room that I described. If your life feels like that room, has anybody else ever felt like their life feels like that room where you're literally like, oh my God, where do I even begin with this? Overwhelming, Georgie, absolutely. And I think we can all go through those periods. And you know, it's natural to feel like that sometimes, but it's absolutely not where we want to be, you know, the majority of the time, or even a lot of the time, because we cannot possibly be at our best when we're overwhelmed. It's just not possible. Definitely you. Hey, Elizabeth. Definitely you. Yeah. So the tool that I'm going to share is a tactic and a strategy that's going to really, really help you. It's called the aligned action funnel, trademark incoming, awaiting trademark. But it's not enough, right? As part of it, the other aspect, which is what we've been working on as well this week, is mindset. So there has to be work that you do on your mindset as well as applying the tactics and strategies. Is that fair? At times you've wanted to just throw it in a lit match and walk away, Meredith. That sounds strong. But I bet you, if we're being honest with ourselves, we've all felt like that sometimes. So Jess and Jules, could you please share the aligned action funnel handout with people? What I'm going to do just now is share my screen. And I'm going to teach you this strategy. Hopefully you can all see that okay. So some of you will be familiar with this, and for some of you, you won't have seen it before. And I left space in your workbook to draw it in, but what I'm also going to do, because you're here, is I'm going to give you a copy of it as well. Give you the crown jewels. So you've seen where you're going, you know what you want your life to look like, you've got a strong sense of what next, you know, longer term, what does that look like? And so what we need to then do is break that down using a process that makes it feel manageable. And what I absolutely love about this process, even if I do say so myself, am I allowed to say that? Is that it takes you from 3 to 5 years down to each hour. That's the level of detail and granularity that it goes into. Now, not in a way that feels overwhelming, you'll be pleased to know, but that's absolutely what it's all about. So there's been a few chats come through, so let me just quickly check them before I jump into the teaching. Okay, perfect, there's the handouts, great. Great. So yesterday we started with your vision over the next 3 to 5 years. And the reason that we picked that time frame is that you can imagine that, can't you? Almost. 3 years' time, I think everybody managed to connect with, well, what age will I be? What about my family? Where might I be in the world? What do I expect my life to look like at that point? So 3 to 5 years. If you go beyond that, of course you can, but you're going to find it just a bit more difficult to connect with a vision that feels really rich and compelling and realistic enough that you can that you feel like it's attainable within a time scale. Now, you might achieve some of this stuff way quicker than that. Tara's here, right? So the lovely Tara, our first conversation, and feel free to write whatever you want, Tara, but at the same time, zero pressure. The first conversation we had was maybe like 18 months ago or something like that, I think, Tara, the very first time we spoke. And we had this conversation. And the gist of it was Tara was in a lot of turmoil about the way her life was, and there was a lot of aspects of her life that didn't fit. Like, she was working 10-hour days, she was doing a 2-hour commute, she had 5 amazing kids, and she was pregnant. And there was just this part of Tara that just knew deep in her soul that she didn't want to keep going on like that, but couldn't see a way out of it. That one conversation was a catalyst. And things began to happen very quickly. And in the last, I think you achieved the lion's share of your 3 to 5 year vision, Tara, within a year. Am I right in saying that? And even we did some work on vision a couple of weeks ago. And within a few days, all of a sudden, our husband was like magically on board with this part of the vision that he'd never agreed to before. So things can happen really, really fast when you like get clear and you're willing to just start taking action and direction of what it is that you want. 9 to 10 months. She's like, a year, Mel? No, I got there in 9 to 10 months. Now, we laugh, but Tara is working her dream job, working from home, with a goal to work 20 hours a week, homeschooling her amazing kids within a year. Boom, boom. Tara, like, I can't even tell you how much love and respect I have for you. Pam's Tara's mum. I can't even tell you. Like, you're just so inspirational. Oh, I'm getting a bit emotional about that. But you really are. And I care about this so much, everybody, because whatever you want, you go get it. Right? That is what's possible for you. Do not let that monkey mind and that inner critic hold you back from doing it. What did Tara do? What did Tara do? What did you do, Tara? To get to our dream goal. What did you do to get to your dream goal? I could say you made some hard decisions. I love that. You allowed yourself to be supported, right? You allowed yourself to be supported. You leaned into some difficult conversation. You stopped doing what you should do. Love it. Love it. We're all waiting on bated breath for Tara to like write the next thing. Tara is in Becoming Wildly Authentic in the coaching program that I've been talking about this week. You asked for what you wanted. Oh, it's only going to me, Tara. Okay, remember, panelists and attendees. So Tara said, I made some hard decisions. I stopped doing what I should do. I asked for what I wanted. I took small baby steps and things just started happening. And this was the process that we used, Tara, right? This was the process that we talked about, wasn't it? Oh, sorry, fast forwarded there. So don't hold back on your vision, right? Because there's a part of you that can be like, oh, that is so unrealistic. It's so unrealistic. Like, I don't want to, I've heard people say before, I don't want to dream and then be disappointed. Well, don't be disappointed. Go and get it. Yeah, go and make it happen. So once you have your vision, what's next is really thinking about, well, what are the specific goals over the next 12 months? What are your annual goals? And thinking about specific aims and ambitions for those, specific things that are going to help you get to the vision, right? Take you closer to the vision. I'm going to go through the whole process and then we'll go into more detail. Georgie, Tara's mum's written a book. She's an amazing client of mine as well. Amazing. Yeah. So we do the 12-month goals, aims, objectives, and we get specific about that. So what we do is we think about, what does success look like? Yeah, let's fast forward 12 months from now. So it's this time next year, and I'm going to get you to do this in a few minutes. Fast forward 12 months from now. What does success look like in different areas of your life? So the way that I work is that I encourage you to think about you. So let's set some goals for you, yeah, and your mindset and how it feels to be you, right? Your mindset, your psychology, your levels of confidence. We set goals around your well-being and your health, like your physiology. We set goals around your relationships, who you want to be in your relationships, what you want to achieve in your relationships. And we also set goals around your mission and career. And we look at all of those 4 areas. And so it's a very rich picture of your life when we do it like that. So say, for example, your vision over the next 3 to 5 years is to become a global podcast host, right? Like for your podcast to become a global brand, and within 3 years with, I don't know, millions of followers, 1 million followers, 1 million listeners. Great example, Georgie. Georgie's got a podcast. I gave it a plug last night. Plug it, please, Georgie. What does the 12-month goal look like? Well, your 12-month goal is going to be perhaps about getting fully established in the UK, if that's your home country. I don't know if that's the best example for a podcast. Does it work like that or not? Or perhaps it's about being fully established in your particular, like your first niche that you want to go for, or the first client avatar that you want to go for. And you would set some tangible targets to that, right? Some tangible goals. So what does success look like? You have so many people signed up or so many listeners. Perhaps it's about the quality of guests that you can get on, the quality of guests you can book. Yeah. Perhaps you want to launch a coaching business, right? And that's your vision over the next 3 to 5 years, is that you become a leader in your field as a coach. And then what would the annual goal be? The annual goal might be to sign up 20 one-to-one clients in your first year. Okay? So Chinese Chippy Girl is the podcast. So if that's your annual goal, right, to sign up 20 one-to-one clients or to have 10,000 listeners on your podcast, well then you want to then break that down into what are some of the priorities and projects that you have over the year. And the way that I encourage you to do that is to think about 90-day cycles. So having a bit of a burst for 90 days, right? And you don't need to be sprinting the whole time in those 90 days, but that you're very clear. Over these 90 days, these are my absolute priorities. These are the things that are going to get the majority of my attention. Okay? Make sense? So what would your 90-day project look like? So say, for example, it's to sign up, your 12-month goal is to sign up 20 one-to-one clients. And by the way, feel free to shove your goals in here. Yeah, and I will use them, okay? Then you know, over 12 months, you want to be signing up 1 to 2 clients a month. Yeah, or over those 90 days, you want to sign up 5 clients. So I would be encouraging you to think about what's your core marketing strategy over that 90-day period. Yeah, what's that thing that you're going to really go all in on? Is it speaking? Is it being on podcasts? Is it social media? Is it picking up the phone and reaching out to people? What's the thing? Is this making sense, everybody? Gail's going to do a wonky podcast. Well, Gail, you should speak to Georgie. And Jess, do you support podcasts, right? Am I right in saying that? The amazing Jess. Jess, oh my God, Jess. So much love for Jess. She's been really supportive in getting all this together, as has Jules. So you're clear on what your projects and priorities. Now, the word priority is very important here, because if you're going to prioritize something, what does that inevitably mean? You have to say no to things which are not your priority. Any people pleasers in the house? Do we have any people pleasers who don't like to say no to people? Yes. recovering. I'm a recovering people pleaser. I'm with you. Okay, so this is definitely resonating. Now, are you also people who said, I get overwhelmed and I procrastinate? Are you my people? Are you the same people? Yes. Okay, because if you're a people pleaser, you're going to hang back and you're going to say, or you're going to say yes, you're either going to hang back and not make decisions as quickly as you can because you're worried about what people think, worried about what people are going to say, worried about upsetting someone, worried about hurting someone's feelings. Yes. This is really getting a lot of traction, right? Yeah, me, says Elizabeth. So that's one side of it. So we need to work on that, right? The other side is, if you don't say no to things that aren't your priority, what's going to happen, my loves? You're going to get overwhelmed. So you can see how these bits of the jigsaw fit together. The tactics and the strategies is not enough. You absolutely need to do the work on the mindset and the confidence. They go hand in hand. They go hand in hand. So how's this feeling? How's this making sense? What questions do you have? What questions do you have for me? And we're going to keep going. So from your 90-day priorities, and this is thinking about what are I think you don't really want any more than 3 biggies. And even then, that's quite a lot. Less is more with this stuff, definitely. So I really encourage you to think about picking a thing for that 90 days and going all in and nailing it and completing it, moving on to the next thing fresh with that sense of release. My work here is done. It got the traction that I needed it to. Because when you're spinning too many plates, you're just playing in the shallows, right? Your fingers in all the pies and you're kind of splashing about. You're not going deep to actually do the work that is needed to get the movement, which is going to take you to success, right? To get the movement and the momentum that's going to create the results for you. Hey, Zoe. Hello, my love. Zoe's here. Zoe's wondering, Zoe's doing exams, or will be soon. Did I get that right? Zoe's wondering, is this specially for me to get me to study? I love that. So we need to keep going down the funnel. We need to go down to the monthly plan and priorities. So this is where you look at your calendar for the month, you look at your schedule, and you plug in what time are you going to spend on the different things that are your priorities. And the other things that you want to include in there, I'll come back to that, Jules. You said that to panelists, by the way, not panelists and attendees. You need to have habits and routines that support you to be healthy, happy, and whole. Yes? Can I get an amen on a Thursday for that one? Joanne says, I feel like I can't even figure out the vision level yet. Joanne, were you here last night, Joanne? Because if you weren't, we did work on that last night. So please watch day 2. But yeah, you need some time to do your work on the vision, absolutely. And it might be hard to connect with some of that if you've not really been doing that, or you've been keeping it, repressed, or it's almost like you might have been too scared to go there. You might not have had time to go there. But here's what I want you all to really hear and know in your heart. You hold all the answers that you need within, right? You know, there's a part of you that knows exactly what the most exciting and fulfilling, meaningful, successful, satisfying future looks like for you. There's a part of you that knows that. And my invitation, and really my life's work, is to help you connect with that part of you, and bring her out to play every day. Live from that place. Live from that place of your inner wisdom much more often. And that, we've talked about that this week. That means getting out of your head. Your head's great, but not for everything. If you're up here too much, it's bloody noisy and it's overwhelming. And often your head's quite mean, isn't it? Maybe it's very deep inside. It's there. I promise you it's there. And you know, maybe don't try, Joanne. Maybe just let it. Here's what I want you to do, Joanne. My clients will know this as follow your bliss. I do work with, there's loads of masterclasses and things in the program around follow your bliss and really connecting with what lights you up, what brings you joy. That's your homework. Notice what lights you up. Notice what brings you joy. Is it flowers? Is it candles? Is it the wind in your hair? Is it the sea? Is it snuggle in? What's the things? And have more, make sure you get more of them, because that's the fuel that part of you needs for this to become a lot easier. Yeah, that's a great point, Mel. So Mel, the beautiful Mel P, got in a pickle when we did this in the program a few weeks ago, didn't you, Mel? I was like, oh, I've got all these bits of paper. And so she started down at the bottom and worked her way up. And that worked for you, Mel, didn't it? Okay, so weekly plan and review process. Plan, but also review. What went well? What did you nail? What did you totally smash? I've got a tool called the focus formula, where you look back on the week you've had and you pull out the celebrations and all the great things that you've done, and you look to the week ahead and you think, what's the 3 most important things I need to get done next week? What's a word that's going to really like represent the week for me? So, you know, for me, some weeks it's about balance. Some weeks it's about focus. Some weeks it's about energy. And then down to daily priorities and power blocks. Now, I'm going to do a little bit of teaching on this, and then I'm going to open up to questions, and then we're on to some coaching. It's like boom, boom, boom tonight. So don't be shy, okay? Each day, please write this down, right? If you struggle with procrastination, if you only do this, I promise you, within a week of consistently applying this, your life will change for the better. And every one of my clients that are on here will agree with me, because they're like, this is totally revolutionary. And it's simple. Every day, know what is the one thing that you're going to get, that's the most important thing that you're going to get done that day, no matter what. Just the one thing, right? What is that one thing? And do it. And do it first if you possibly can, or do it early in the day. Because no matter what happens in the rest of the day, you've got that, you know, that noble feeling? You know the feeling I mean when it's like, done the thing, I'm going to smash the day, I've done the thing, you know? And see, sometimes for me, I know sometimes for me, the one most important thing might actually be linked to my habits and routines. Yeah, that was the question, Georgie. What's the one thing that I must get done today, no matter what? And if you can make that one thing connected to your longer term vision, because you can clearly see there's a line of sight through this funnel, right? That if you're using your vision to create your goals to create your priorities and projects, them to create your monthly plan, them to create your weekly plan, that you're actually able to very easily distill down. You can see today what you're doing to get to that place over there. Yeah, 5 years down the road. Oh, thank you, Sarah. Naomi's still stuck at the top. Naomi, don't worry. Okay, you've got your life for this. You've got your life for this. I'm not expecting you to go through it right now. I'm teaching you the process first, okay? And then the other thing I'm going to teach it is power blocks. And that is, and I've done some stuff recently on social media about this. Power blocks mean you schedule time in your diary and you know what you're going to be working on. Yeah, exactly what it is you want to achieve in that hour. You don't schedule it for more than an hour. You can do more than one and more than one on the same thing. Yes, Georgie, you read my mind because Georgie says when I hide my phone in a different room, I procrastinate so much less and get so much more done. And that's what you do on a power hour, right? Or a power block. You put your phone on airplane mode or you put it in a different room, you turn off notifications, you're super clear on what it is that you need to get done. And this really works for creative work, decision making. If you've got to write a paper or do the thing you've been putting off. And what really supercharges it, put your earphones in, type in binaural beats. I'm going to type that in the chat. Binaural beats. Focus and concentration. Music. And that is music that takes your brain into a particular brainwave. I think it's alpha state, off the top of my head. And it will take your brain into the brainwaves where you focus and concentrate more effectively. If you prioritize an hour a day, make it the first hour of the day by picking off your most important priority 5 days a week. With that, I'm telling you, it revolutionizes your life. And yeah, you're right, any electronic distractions can totally throw you off the thread. Totally throw you off the thread. It's that these strategies, I teach them and they help my clients do amazing things. I use them. I have built a really successful, lucrative business working 20 hours a week with no childcare using these tactics, right? Like, they absolutely work. Power Hour is a game changer. That Jules has been introduced to this one recently. So, making sense? You'll see that shouldn't be there, by the way. Explanation copy. What is Power Hour? Power Hour is what I was just describing, Georgie, where you schedule time to do one thing in that hour. You know what it is, you know what the outcome is. You minimize all distractions. You put your earphones in, you put on the concentration binaural beats, and you just boom, 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 just get it done, whatever it is you're doing, whether you're writing, creating, typing, yeah. Power hour or a power block. Okay. And what is woven through all of the above are habits and routines. Yeah. What are the habits and routines? So start with routines. What I just described was a routine, wasn't it? That will become a habit if you do it repeatedly. So if you say, you know what, my new routine is, I'm not going to look at my phone, I'm not going to check my email, I'm not going to go on social media until after I've done my first power hour. Every day, Monday to Friday. That's a routine that will form a habit. Habits and routines, other things we've talked about this week: hydration, sleep, meditation, getting outside, getting fresh air, moving your body. Yeah. So it's really, really important that you understand what are the habits that are going to support your long-term goals. If you want to run a 5K in 30 minutes and that's one of your 12-month goals, what are the habits and routines that are going to support you to do that? Yeah. You might have a goal over 90 days that I'm going to run 3 times a week for 30 minutes and progress and monitor my progression. Yeah. If you want a successful business and you're a procrastinator, one of your annual goals might be, I show up consistently in my business and I take action every day. Yeah. to build confidence. Maybe one of your 12-month goals is that you feel relaxed and happy and confident in your own skin. How can you create habits and routines that protect your confidence? Yeah? What do they look like? Yeah, so power blocks, Sally, are something that they're a strategy, right? They're a high performance strategy. So I spoke briefly at the start of the week. I've been really fortunate to train with a really incredible guy called Brendan Burchard, who is the world's best performance coach. And this is a tactic from that framework that I'm sharing with you. So power blocks is when you just carve out that hour and minimize distractions and just focus and concentrate on getting something done. So it could be one of your habits that you want to develop, a daily power hour, and you can do more than one power hour a day. Okay. So what you'll see on the next page, oh no, sorry, that is the next page. You've got some descriptions for each different stage of the aligned action funnel. Is this making sense? Sounding good? Yeah, okay. So I want to give you a little bit of help with creating your plan. There's only so much we can do in an hour, yeah, but I want to give you a little bit of help with that. So I'm going to just give you a few minutes to answer these questions. What do you want to stop doing in 2021? So let's just begin to funnel down the clarity that you can gather in this week and use these questions to help you get more. I'm going to set a timer. Let's see, here we go. What do you want to stop doing in 2021? This should be becoming quite clear now. Oh, I'm warm tonight because I'm talking so much. So what do you want to stop doing in 2021? And now think about what do you want to start doing? What feels really important to you to start doing? These things can be habits and routines that you don't want to have anymore and that you want to start. And please do feel free to share, because I know you've loved sharing with each other. What do you need to keep doing in 2021? What's working for you that you want to keep doing? Oh, I love that, Joe. Don't sweat the small stuff and expect to achieve so much in one day. That's great. Stop having a messy room. Stop putting for later, getting out there to start your business. How exciting, Elizabeth. Stop being so much at home, actively connect with people you love and inspired by. Meet new ones. That sounds awesome. I love that. I've obviously given you all a lot to think about because you've not been this quiet all week, right? I've spoken so much tonight. Great. Who else wants to share? This is such an important question, this one. What would you love to achieve in the first few months of 2021? What are the really important priorities for you? It's so important that you get clear on that and you know that. And you know, that was really part of why we came together this week, right? Was to gear ourselves up to start the new year and feeling more empowered, feeling more confident, feeling like we've got some of the answers that have been eluding us. A new job. Yay, Georgie. Oh, it's Alberta. Ah. Hi. There we go. Naomi, establish your new business. Stop getting stuck between the two businesses in your head. I love that. You'd like to achieve healthier habits, Terry. Great. What? Let's get specific. And this is so powerful. Plan your day in increments rather than rushing to finish everything knowing it can't be done. Yes. Because here's one of the things I wanted to teach you, actually. This is important. I want you to visualize your attention. I want you to really think about your attention for a minute. So I've asked you to give me your attention tonight, right? For the last 45 minutes and the 2 evenings before that. Your attention is your most precious commodity, right? And you just splatter it away all over the place all the time, don't you? Into your phone, into the TV, into the radio. What you really need to do, and what I am passionate about helping women to do through my work, is reclaim that attention and pour it into these strategies and tools and the funnel, the action funnel, because that's how you get results. That's how you get more done in less time. That's a tangible promise, right, that I make when we work together, because you can get more done in less time. Because Sarah, yes, the wonderful Sarah, rest, relax, have fun, and enjoy your newfound freedom. Sarah, in a year, just over a year we've been working together, has closed down a business. Oh, in fact, who was saying? One of you was Naomi. So Naomi, Sarah closed down a business, went all in on the other. Am I allowed to say how well you're doing, Sarah? Am I allowed to say it? She's on track to reach 6 figures in her first year. She's a sports psychologist. She's trailblazing in her field, running our business in a different way, and now business mentoring others as well, and has just started life in a camper van. She's really living the dream. It's her wildly authentic life. It was you, Naomi. Sorry, Naomi. Oh, Jess is. Thank you, Jess. Thank you, Jess, for answering that question. Oh, bless you. Thank you for saying that, Sarah. Oh, so much love for all of you. It's my clients, so much love for all of you. Exciting. Okay. So, and it's great to see you say that, Georgie. You ladies have achieved so much, because yes, that's what's up for grabs here, right? There is so much that you can achieve in a short period of time. And the last question, how can you set yourself up for maximum success? Who can you ask to support you? I want you to really, really think about that, right? Because that's important. That's really important. I'm trying to quick look at the comments. Yes, Alsbeta, attention is your most precious commodity, and we just fling it away all the time. So you need to retrain that. Oh, great, Naomi. You want to keep looking after yourself. You've taken so much more me time. Still freaking you out, still feeling guilty. That the more you do it and the more you choose to release that, the easier it will get. Meditate with the Waking Up app recommends. Oh, your partner, Ewan's amazing. Pick you up when you feel like you want to give up. And that's really what the power of community is all about, right? Like this week, it's just been so incredible to bear witness to each other, hasn't it? I'm really, really passionate about that. And for some of you, this isn't the end, right? For some of you, this is the beginning, and you're ready for more. And this week has helped you to really know that and understand that and get clear on that. And I have a really exciting announcement to make and an invitation. This isn't going to be right for all of you, but it's absolutely going to be perfect for some of you. I'm opening the doors again tonight to Becoming Wildly Authentic. So it's my signature program. It's my love letter to women. It's my love letter to the world. I might get emotional talking about this. Because it really matters that you make your life the fullest expression of who you are. It really matters. It really matters that you silence your inner critic. It really matters that you show up for yourself, first and foremost, before anybody else, even your family, even your partners, even your kids. It really matters that you learn to fall in love with yourself, that you learn to like yourself, that you give yourself the opportunity to be who you came here to be, not who society told you that you should be. And that's what this program is all about. Everything that I've learned in my 23, 24 years in my career, both in the corporate world, as a senior leader, as an executive coach, coaching CEOs, as a management consultant, helping businesses to operate more effectively, the strategy side of things, to what I've learned in the last 6 years, which is the importance of allowing your intuition to lead the way, the importance of connecting with your inner wisdom, the importance of giving your heart a voice every day, learning the habits and the routines that allow you to be who you really are with ease, right? For things to just feel easier, for you to not feel like you need to keep searching, thinking that there's something wrong. That's what this program is all about. So Jules and Jess, if you could share the link, let me just stop sharing my screen for a moment. If you could share the link for people to have a look. Just give me a moment. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you. Okay, perfect. It's there. Yeah, thinking that there's something wrong, it feels like a question that you always have about yourself. I spoke about this as well, didn't I? Like, I literally spent my whole life feeling like there was something fundamentally wrong with me and that I was broken, and I was just constantly searching for the fix. And when I found it, I mean, I had to go through a difficult, grief-stricken, traumatic time to find it. But the answers were within all along. And I really believe that to be the case with all of us, with every one of us, is that you hold the answers within. You do. So let me just share a little bit of information about the program. So if you're ready to create a new chapter, if you're ready to learn more of some of the kind of strategies and tactics that I've been sharing this week, if you're ready to have more balance, more energy, more confidence, if you want to be surrounded by a community of absolutely incredible, kick-ass women just like you, who dream the same dreams and face the same challenges, this is for you, right? But there are some provisos because it's not for everybody. You've absolutely got to be ready to do the work, right? You've got to be ready to go deep. You've got to be ready to go to the places that don't feel comfortable. You've got to be ready to show up and take action. Tara described it beautifully. Like, you've got to do it scared sometimes, knowing that you're supported. You've got to trust yourself that when you come up with the answer, don't overthink it, take action swiftly. So you need to be ready for things to happen quickly and improve quickly, because they're gonna. You've got to make time for the program. So it's a 6-month program. We have weekly coaching sessions where I share topics and teach strategies, but we show up and we just lean in and we explore what's going on for us. And every 2 weeks there's a masterclass. So there's 10 masterclasses. They've got beautiful workbooks and they're in topics based on the 5 pillars of authenticity, which is part of my signature framework. So we have topics around authentic vision. It's all about connecting with your vision, authentic mind. How can you silence your inner critic and become your own best friend? Authentic voice. That's really about connecting with your courage and your conviction, saying what you think and feel, learning how to do that, taking imperfect action, doing it scared, and growing in massive, really quantum leap in your confidence. Authentic feelings. How can you get into a relationship with your fear? How can you get comfortable with trying things and it not working out? Because that's how you make progress much more quickly. How can you follow your joy and your bliss and let that, teach you what you need to know? And then the last step is authentic action, which is really a lot of it is about what we've talked about today with the aligned action funnel. Really knowing what the exact best next steps are for you all the time, being supported with that, working out the how. This program is the bridge. It's the bridge that's going to take you from where you are now to where you want to be. And if you feel called to do so, I would love you to have a look at the page. And if you feel like I'm your guide, and if you do, you're going to know that, then I would so love to work with you further through the program for the next 6 months. It would really be my honour to be able to partner with you in that way. So, what a week. We've got 5 minutes. Thank you, Merida. We've got 5 minutes. Now, there's a final reflection page. We're going to have an after party for those that want to hang around. But there are some final reflections, and I always like to just capture from you what those insights are and what you've loved most. And I'd love you to share your insights from the last 3 days and what you've really loved most about our time together. I didn't share the investment. You're committed to power hours, Pam. Yes, amazing. I'm going to check in with you on that. And for those of you who might have the question in your mind around the investment for the program, it's $547 a month for 6 months if you want to pay monthly, or it's $2996 pay in full. It's all in the information. It's all in the information. Tara says, so excited for others to experience becoming wildly authentic. Oh, Natalie, you're so welcome. You feel inspired and confident again after a wee wobble. Feeling empowered, making you focus on the long-term goal. Yes, Georgie. Yes. Each day brought more ahas. Can't imagine how many more there would be in 6 months. Yes, Stephanie, that's exactly it, right? It's going to be 6 months of that. You can ask the rest. You can ask the lovely ladies who are part of the programme that are here. Oh, a friend sent you the link and you were worried it was going to be too woolly for you, but my enthusiasm has won you over. Naomi, I love it. Yes, you know, I like to think that I'm equal parts like spirituality and strategy. That's like it's like even Stevens. So many ahas. Leap into thank you, Mel. Mel says leap into BWE, follow, becoming wildly authentic, follow your heart. Joe says, ditto Naomi. It's interesting, isn't it? I used to be that person, by the way, that I was like really cynical and suspicious of things that seemed a bit too kind of like, you know, out there. Here I am, living a wonderfully, outrageously amazing and successful life because I've married those two things together. That is my recipe, right? That is my recipe. I'm not going to be shy about that. That is my recipe. So love to hear your insights and how you found this week and any questions. Christy says I did become wildly authentic. Dove deep into these strategies. It's been so amazing. I'm still peeling back so many layers. Christy, so much love for you. So much love for you. Insights, questions. What have you loved? What have you loved? How many people are on the programme? I don't know yet. So right now there's 9 people on the programme, and they're going to be graduating in a couple of weeks' time. And it remains to be seen how many are going to be on the next cohort. Really inspirational, thought-provoking, definitely reflection, taking action. Thank you. You're so welcome, Joe. It's been great to have you here. Oh, your internet cut out, Naomi. In this last cohort, there's been nine amazing women in this last cohort, and I don't know how many is going to be in the next one. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to say, for those of you who are interested, there's a 24-hour bonus. If you know, I like to reward that, right? Because a lot of the work is about me really supporting you to just like, look, when you know, just take the action. When you know, just take the action. That's how we make this work, and that's how you get unbelievable results in a short period of time. So if you sign up in the next 24 hours, you are going to get a special transition plan strategy session with me the first week in January, and it's going to be a 3-hour deep dive, and it's basically going to be like this week on steroids. So there was something else I was going to say there as well. Yeah, that was it. For those of you who want more information and have lots of questions, then I'm going to hop into the Facebook group tomorrow at 1 o'clock, and I'll do a deep dive into the programme. How's about that? How do you convert pound sterling to United States dollars? Google? Maybe Jules or Jess can do that for you, Jan. Can one of you guys quickly do a little conversion for Jan, please? It will be a rough estimate, but the bank does it for you, Meredith says. Yeah, you just pay with your normal card through the link, but you probably want to know what it is. So maybe Jules or Jess could just quickly work that out for you. So any questions, anyone? Any questions? Meredith says the programme is priceless. You're such a sweetheart, Meredith. Questions? Oh, thank you. Thank you, Jess. Oh, thank you, Emma. Thank you. You're so welcome, Jan. I'm so excited you're thinking about the programme. Oh, you're welcome, Abby. Oh, great, Vicky. I'm excited to hear from you. Yes, it does help you to identify your goals, Dawn. The very first coaching session, we work on that. Pam, love you. But definitely talk soon. We've got a meeting in the diary for next week. No, you don't need to be clear on your goals, Dawn. I help you with all of that. But the program, if you look at all the detail of the program, plus make sure you come along tomorrow if you've got questions like that. Emma, I'm so glad you've been here. Great, 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 great. And I'm so excited. I'm going to be working with some of you. I'm so excited about that. So excited about that. Any more questions, my love? Oh, Meredith's such a sweetheart. She said, don't let the price hold you back. I used the last of my savings and I'm so glad that I did. Amazing. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. I'm so glad you came, Sally. I'm so glad you came. I totally understand. Yeah, totally understand. Just to have a good look through and a good think about it. That's what I would encourage you to do. Any other questions, my loves? It's been amazing, hasn't it? It's been amazing. I so love doing this. I so love doing these. Joanne says she loved humble brags. It's good, wasn't it? Great, Jennifer. I'll see you tomorrow. Excellent. And it'll be recorded. But yeah, that'd be great if you could be there. I'd love to have you. Amazing. Amazing, amazing. Any more questions, my dears? You're so welcome, Georgie. It's been amazing to have you here. Yeah, absolutely. Lots to digest, Jan. Just you give me a shout, okay? Oh, the link's going to be in your email as well. ASAP. You probably have the email already. Yes, you're so welcome, Dawn. You're so welcome. Did you enjoy the workbook? I love having these workbooks and creating these workbooks because I just think they really aid your learning so much. You know, Georgie, it's so funny you say that you want to do this helping and supporting one another. 2, 3 of the people from this round of Becoming Wildly Authentic are becoming coaches. How cool is that? This made you emotional, Meredith. It took you back. How much you've grown in the last 6 months? Yeah, good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad you enjoyed using it, Dawn, and it's helpful. Good, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So do any of you lovely women have any questions for me? I'm scared to hop onto Facebook because normally it comes up noisy. Any questions? Could I describe my time in corporation, what it gave me? Things that I use now, aside from the bad part. We all know the bad part, the pressure to be who someone else wants, exactly, yeah. So do you mean my background, Elzbeta? Is that what you mean? We have coaching next Wednesday. Yes, Meredith. Ah, thank you, Linda. So Elzbeta, do you mean my professional background? Is that what you mean? I think it is. And Georgie, you concentrate too much on the now rather than focus on your long-term goal. Yeah, that's like the hamster wheel thing, isn't it? When you put your head down and you're like, You're just constantly on the go, not lifting your head up. So Alsbeta, oh, it's Elizabeth, not Alsbeta. No, it's all right. It's all right, Jules. Alsbeta's got a different. She's got a different handle tonight. More than what your background gave you. What working in the corporate world gave me was a strong indoctrination into strategy. I've got a brain that's very strategic, so I like to kind of understand how things connect and work together and are put together. My work was always around people development, and training people and learning and development and training managers and leaders. Then the creative side was I began to develop, courses and programs and materials. Then I got into leadership and I travelled the world and, set up an operation in India, that kind of stuff. And as a management consultant, I worked in lots of different organisations. So I would say organisational culture was something that always fascinated me. The way that an organisation worked, what made it tick, and really my interest was around how you could align the people behind the performance of the organisation and the strategy of the organisation. Does that make sense? So I love the strategic side of it. I loved making a difference. The challenge for me was that what I wanted to give and the way I wanted to make a difference wasn't really what they wanted from me. But yeah, my background is in organisational change, organisational development. How do you help an organisation to evolve in a way that future-proofs it? Looking at the vision of the organisation and then aligning the organisation now to realise that vision. Joanne, so much food for thought. Yes, enjoy eating it. Enjoy your meal. And let me know if I can help you with any of it. So who's still at the after party? It's my same people, right, that are still here. It's my same people. Joe's still here. Meredith's here. Georgie's here. Naomi's still here. Great. So do you have any questions? Naomi, what's your business? Talk to me about your two businesses. I'm always super curious about that kind of thing. Meredith, you're just really like rinsing the last every little bit that you can, aren't you? I love that. It's great. And there was you, really tired today from seeing your client again. But look, you're still here. So ladies, I'm going to round up in a couple of minutes. If you do have any final questions or anything that you want to ask me, speak now. You can, of course, reach out to me. Ah, how cool. Your old one's a VA business support business, and you've been doing consultancy for the last 4 years on operation management. Excellent. And it's taken until the summer to admit it to yourself. Love it. Even your insurance knew it before you. I love it. We should talk, Naomi. I love that. And Meredith, you've added, bye Joel. Meredith, you've added some services. How cool. Homeschooling and parent advocate. Oh, it's your wrong choice of career, Georgie. Yes, totally hear you. Totally hear you. Yeah, change it, transition. Yeah, that's what it's all about, like transition. Make it happen. Make it happen, my love. It's just not for you anymore. That was how I felt. And what was interesting was I walked away because I felt like I had to, right? Because I was miserable. And interestingly, things started falling apart at work, because this is what happens, right? Is that your hand will get forced, right? Your hand will get forced. Mwah! Love you, Pat. Thanks for being here. And I walked away thinking, oh my God, what am I going to do? I've got no idea. Maybe I'll want to go back and get another job. Maybe I'll set up a business. But then things became more clear. And what's happened is I've actually taken all of the stuff that I've loved about my work and my professional background and woven that into my business. But I do it in the way I want to do it. Making the difference that I want to make, right? Being true to who I am, being authentic, right? Being true to who I am. So do it. Take the leap. Take the leap. Maybe it's a different kind of marketing. You love doing PA, but you enjoy sorting out businesses more and strengthening their foundations, Naomi. Yes. So it doesn't have to be an either or, I think is what I'm saying. That's what a transition plan helps you with. That's really what that's all about. That's what it's all about, is helping you to transition so that you don't feel like you're jumping too much into the unknown. It's like you can really think about, where am I going? What's my next best moves? So that you can have that confidence to just start doing it. That's really what the transition plan is all about. Yes, Georgie, life events. We talked about that on day one. So big life events, right? Whether it's losing somebody, becoming a mum, hitting a certain age in your life. I think when women hit mid-30s, something happens, and then 50s and 60s. So I've had quite a few clients as they're coming to 60 have wanted to make changes, and as they're coming to 50 have wanted to make changes. Mid-30s to 40, it just seems to be, like those kind of milestone moments or initiations in your life, like big things changing who you are. Yeah, and starting your podcast has made you realize your passion. So you're already doing it, my love. You're already doing it. Naomi, that's the imposter syndrome, isn't it? You thought because you've experience but not the qualifications, you weren't good enough, even though you'd been doing it for years. And that's why the mindset bit is just as important as the actual tactics and the strategies, isn't it? Yeah. You ladies have the world at your feet. The world at your feet. And this is what the program's all about, right? So if you're feeling the call, have a look at it. Have a look at it, because this is what we do. This right here. Okay, what a week it's been. It's been my absolute honour to serve you all this week, my loves. Check your email. If you know, you know. Do it. Do it. Thank you, Elzbieta. I appreciate that. Yes, you do need to not care so much what people think. So much love for you all. Thank you for being here. It's been amazing. And I would love to see you on the program if you feel like it's the perfect solution and the perfect fit. So talk to you soon. Mwah.